This is episode 134. Welcome to Wellness in Every Season, the podcast where we explore the rich tapestry of wellness in all of its forms. I'm your host, Autumn Carter, a certified life coach turned wellness coach, as well as a certified parenting coach dedicated to empowering others to rediscover their identity in their current season of life. My goal is to help you thrive both as an individual and as a parent. Welcome. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time, I'm very excited. If it's not, I'm still excited. I'm just an excited person when I get to have this moment with you, especially because I record far enough in advance. I know this is going out August 14th, which happy anniversary to me. It's my wedding anniversary when this comes out. But I am recording this the last week of school in real time. And it's so peaceful right now. My youngest is down for his nap. He's not sleeping yet. And my other three are at school. The weather's nice enough that our two dogs are outside. All I hear right now is the air purifier. If you're feeling extra tight and anxious, feeling all of those feelings, let's take the mindfulness moment now, at the beginning. Tighten up all of your muscles, your face, your eyelids, your neck. See if you can even get to your ear muscles. I don't know if that's even a thing, where you can just tighten all of those muscles, tighten your butt cheeks, your pelvic floor, all the way down to your toes, tighten everything you can. Imagine muscles in your brain tightening as well. Tighten all of those. And then release it all together and just take a deep breath out. Whew. And then if you need a little more, shake it off. I understand what it's like I said, have 4 children, to feel really anxious and feel like summer is never going to end, because when this is finally going live, I'll be feeling that right along with you. Let me segue into my thought and what this episode is actually about today. Any of those that have been listening for a while, are on my newsletter, listening to my podcast, are in my world, you will know that about a year ago, I started learning about pickleball. This is my first hand sport ever. I played soccer in high school, and I was on the track team. I did shot put and discus because I hurt my knee in soccer. Had a lot of fun doing it. I never applied myself all the way. I always left a lot in reserve because I was worried that if I put my all into it and it wasn't good enough, then what? Have any of you ever felt that in your life? For me, this very much came from my childhood. There was a lot of abuse going on, and the hardest abuse out of all of it, well, it's kind of a tie between two. One of the hardest that I'm still struggling to overcome, even with all the therapy, coaching, and all the inner work that I've done on myself, is the negative talk, because I had so much of it around me growing up. And with pickleball, it's a very interesting sport. I was never good at tennis, but when I found out that in PE I needed to either do tennis, go through and do all the sports, or I could go and do weightlifting, I chose weightlifting. So I was with all the football players, and I dated a football player, so had a lot of fun with that. I had a lot of fun, learned about weightlifting. I still help other people in the gym when I go and weightlift, have a lot of fun with that. But when I played tennis with my mom and half brother, I was so bad that they would be running to the other courts to get the ball that I hit. I was everywhere. I thought this was going to be the way it was. I had eye-foot coordination. I did not have eye-hand coordination. It's just the way it is. How many of us do this through our lives, though? Hopefully you're resonating even if you're not a sports person. There's going to be sports analogies here, but bear with me. We do that to ourselves. Tell ourselves, this is only as good as it's going to get. I'm not going to get any better than this. whatever we're struggling with right now, it's not going to get any better. This is just the way it is. Can it get any worse? And then we have the negative spiral of thinking. And we set ourselves up for failure. Well, when my youngest, he is 4, when he went into preschool this last school year, it was my first time having 8 hours a week without any kids in 10 years. Amazing, mind-blowing. Well, I decided that I wanted to do something with that. I could take on more clients, do more coaching, cool, but I wanted to do something for me. So I decided to look through the catalog at our YMCA. It's the gym that we already have a membership at. Really love their whole philosophy. They really give back to the community. I grew up going there on and off when I was a kid. My grandmother was a member, so I was my 4-year-old's age going with her, quote unquote, old lady water aerobics. Had a lot of fun doing it. So when we were looking for a gym, I was already pretty well stuck on that one. We are very much creatures of habit, us humans. And it's funny, we think that we're not, and we laugh at animals for being that way. And then once in a while, we have these glimpses of, oh, I park in the same parking spot. Oh, I go in the same stall in the bathroom. I go to the same cash register, whatever. Anyway, I flip through the catalog and I see pickleball. During COVID, in our community, the courts were switched from tennis courts to pickleball courts. So it's more accessible. I know it's becoming more popular. I figure, you know what? I'm a coach. I'm coaching other people on how to tear down these limiting beliefs. I want to do this for myself. So find a pickleball class. I was looking for something else that was going to be easier to know how to do. And I had that moment of I could choose the easy path or I could choose for learning. I love learning. I just finished today my second, so I signed up for 101 and I just finished 102 today. And I've also been in a whole league. And tomorrow is the last competition for the league. So I don't even know where my standing's going to be yet. And that's not the point. The point is that I've been learning. And the point is I now have a new teammate for the next time, and I've already signed up for the next league. So I get to learn with somebody else. But with pickleball, I don't know if you've ever watched the game, but it's not actually about how fit you are. It is even more a mind game. There's parts that are, if any of you have played pool, it's very getting the angles right. And there's kind of that foosball where you need to be about 10 feet apart from your partner and a little bit staggered. So when they move, you should move so you don't give openings. There's a lot of thinking ahead, and it's a very, very mental game, which has been interesting for me because of the abuse in my childhood. I have more of a freeze response. And that's the first response I go into. And then it's, okay, no, I need to move. I need to get that ball. So it's been a very big process. So we had our very big in the beginning, our, if you're feeling stressed, tense up all your muscles. So you can count that as your mindfulness moment. But the rest of this is going to be even more mindfulness, but deeper. It's visualization. So I wanted to create this for myself, where I start a lot of times when I do these visualizations. And then I realized that I'm not the only sports player out there. So I wanted this to work for people who do sports. Even through having this intro with you, I hope you are really getting the grasp that this works for other areas of your life, not just sports. So listen on, see what you think. If you like it, keep listening to it. If you don't, move on to the next episode. There are, right now that this is live, there are 134 for you to choose from. And you don't have to listen to just me. I interview every other week with somebody. And it is impactful. There are amazing people out there that I have learned from, and hopefully you have too at this point. So with that said, I want you don't even have to close your eyes. if you're not in a space to. I know a lot of people listen to podcasts while walking. I am one of those. So if you want to take this even deeper, you can do this when you're relaxing in bed. I have a massage chair where I do my meditation because I can't be totally still all the time. I have 4 kids. Not used to it. Eventually, maybe my body will learn to fully relax like that. But you can be moving. You can be doing things. You can be doing nothing. Totally up to you. Take that moment to think about, what do I need right now? And then go from there. With that in mind, I want you to think, and we'll start with sports analogy, and then I'll show you how you can switch it. What does the vibration need to be? The energy vibration. What actually needs to be said? So I'm trying really hard to allow more of that and not have it be written things. Hopefully you have felt a difference here in the podcast. Starting with sports. For me, with pickleball, it's thinking ahead. What is the next play going to be? And I needed that with soccer as well. What am I anticipating? And then how do I visualize that going well? And when it doesn't go well, it's what do I need to change? And stay curious, and then don't go to the judgy part. That's where I'm still learning and growing in. And I've coached other people through that. It's me coaching myself through that and talking to my coach with that as well. And then you can think about this. Say, I know a ton of people are looking for work right now with all of the governmental changes, I think might be the cleanest way to say that. And just where we're at right now with the economy, things are dirty, scary. They can be, and we can really feel that. For me, I start to feel it with the heaviness right in here. So thinking about looking for jobs, you can use the same type of visualization of, okay, let's visualize this interview going well. Let's visualize me coming in and feeling totally embodied, where I am sitting with really good posture. I'm feeling confident. What does that confident embody? Maybe you need to take over. I have these here in my office for a reason, my little pumas. Think about, I know you can call them different animals, but I like to call them pumas. Think about the strength that they have. Maybe even visualize whatever your spirit animal that you need is in this. The confidence, the grace, the strength, the endurance that they have. There's so many adjectives that you can use for a puma. They're very agile as well, stealthy. So that's my reminders. I have pumas in my office. So with this interview, when applying for a job, you can envision that going to the right place. And you can visualize them being excited for your resume. And then you can backtrack it from there to, okay, what do I need to have on my resume for it to look that way? So you can take this a lot of different ways. You can look forward and then look back. Think about it like you're sculpting clay and you don't really know how everything's going to turn out, but you're responding appropriately. In the end, this is going to turn out exactly how it's supposed to be, and it's going to be beautiful. It's crazy to say that while thinking of sports, going back to the sports analogy. Some people like sports enough to call it beautiful. For me, I'd rather play it than watch it. But you can visualize, especially the areas where you don't feel as secure, the areas that you want to grow in. Take some time to journal it out if you need to, but let's just visualize one of those. For me, right now, it's pickleball. So what do I need to visualize to get the outcome that I want? There's this gap in between there, and that gap is me, my brain. So between the two of those, what needs to happen there? And then visualizing that going well. Last summer, I gave a talk in front of PhD candidates, people who already had their PhD, and they were a group of women who have done dissertations on women's studies, and I have earned certifications. It was scary. I visualized so many times up until right before I gave my workshop that going successfully, me having participation. And that allowed me to, in my nervousness, I forgot to put in my contacts, so I could not see very clearly. But I still gave a great workshop, and it was my first workshop that was in this type of setting. I had people come up to me with great feedback. I had great participation, and it was because of my visualization. Going to sports, because that is the whole point of a lot of this. What do you need to be visualizing to get to the level that you want to be at? For work, for the level that you want to be at. A position, are you looking to move over a position? Are you looking to start completely over again? What does that look like? What does success look like and feel like to you? What are you wearing? What are you embodying? What are you saying? How are you showing up for yourself? And even better, because I'm a wellness coach and this is really neglected, what are you doing to take care of your wellness in this next season of life that you are choosing? I hope this is so helpful for you. So let's take that moment now that I've talked it through and let's actually do it. If you are in a place where you can do this, close your eyes. If you're not, you can multitask. We're all adults here. We know how to do that. But if you are in a space, close your eyes. Take a deep breath to remind your body that you are in a safe space. Big, full breaths in, hold at the very top, and then out. Hold at the bottom for a little bit. And then breathe in and out like that. Do about 3 to 4 times until you feel your body starting to relax. If you still can't get there, tighten up all of your muscles. Hold it for a breath or two, and then let it out. All your muscles, relax them all at once. Just poof type of moment. Visualize something in your life. Is it a relationship? Is it a new job? Is it new clients? New home? New car? New relationship in general? Becoming a better athlete? Getting into the school of your dreams? What is that thing that you feel called to do? Not the shoulds. It is stronger than that. Feels like your purpose. You're feeling that magnet pull, and you maybe aren't sure if you have what it takes, if you have the worth, if you have the whatever negative words you want to put in there to do that thing. Take a moment to breathe into that. Allow the negative feelings to fall away. If they're still lingering, that's fine. We're human. We're working on it. And then release that And then let's take your ideal of whatever it is, and let's imagine it being even more beautiful than you ever imagined. Let's imagine you showing up with your 100%, you giving your all and having it go well. Imagine and really bring in all the textures, the colors, your emotions. If other people are involved in what you're imagining, you're visualizing. You can use either word. This is grown-up form of imagining. And we just relabel it visualization. If there are other people, what emotions are they bringing in? And we're going to color this with those rose-colored glasses. So put it all in there. What else do you need to do to bring this picture really to life in all of its clarity, all of its dimensions, all of the colors? Get that as firmly in as you can. This can be a still picture, it can be a moving picture, whatever you need this to be. And then, what positive self-talk do you need to give yourself right now? What affirmations to really pull this in together? Then let's pull ourselves out just slightly and look at where you are now and where you want to be. What things do you need to change? Do you need to take a class? Do you need to reach out and gain a coach that specializes in whatever you need to do? Maybe gain a mentor for somebody else who has already done this successfully. Who do you need? What do you need? Do you need certain supplies? And take the time. You can go ahead and open your eyes now if you need to journal this out. And let's end with some questions so that you can really take some time to ponder this. Pull up your phone, work on notes, send a text message to whoever. Do whatever you need to do to get yourself there. Because we have so many thoughts a day, positive and negative. We need to focus on the more positive ones, absolutely. But the thing is, they are just thoughts that come and go because we have so many every day. Unless we choose to hold on to that thought and make it become something bigger by reaching out to that person, signing up to that class, applying to that job, finding the coach you need, whatever came to mind that you need to do. If you don't start making a little bit of momentum on that, then there's another thought that replaces it. Now, let's work on some coaching questions on this. So I asked them during our visualization, what do you need? Who do you need to talk to? Why does this matter to you? What is the difference between your ideal that you visualized and where you are right now? Can you break those down into little tiny baby steps? And if not, it goes back to that question of who do you need to reach out to for that help so that you can. We all have this life to live. I still really like the acronym YOLO, you only live once. And because we should be living our life that way with purpose. And I want you to have that. And we can go through the 8 dimensions of wellness that are on this poster behind me. But at the end of the day, are you living your life on purpose? Do you feel like you have a purpose with your life? That is what will get you out of bed in the morning. That is what will get you striving for the harder things. and get you holding on when things feel like they're falling apart. And we'll get you other people in your life who have the exact same thing, and you can lift each other up. And it is so beautiful. Highly recommend it. If you need any help on this journey, I am here for you. If I don't hear from you through autumn@wellnessinEverySeason.com or through the comments, if you're watching through video, or through signing up for one-on-one coaching with me, I will see you in the next episode. You'll at least hear from me then. I won't hear from you yet, but know that when you are ready, I am ready to help you and serve you in the best way that I can. And if I am not the right fit for you for whatever reason, when we meet, I will set you up with the person who I think is the best for you, or I will research and find the right fit for you. I care so much about you and your journey, and I will see you in just a couple more days in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. I am your host, Autumn Carter, a certified life coach dedicated to empowering individuals to rediscover their identity, find balance amidst chaos, strengthen relationships, and pursue their dreams. My goal is to help people thrive in every aspect of their lives. I hope today's discussion inspired you and offered valuable insights. Stay engaged with our wellness community by signing up for my newsletter at wellnessinEverySeason.com/free resources. When you join, you'll have the option to receive a 5-day guide called Awaken and Unwind. 5 days to mastering your mornings and evenings, along with free guides, special offers on my programs, practical tips, personal stories, and much more, all related to wellness, by signing up for both offers on the page. Don't miss out on these valuable resources designed to help you thrive in every area of wellness. Join today and start your journey to wellness in every season. Your shares, subscriptions, and reviews help us reach more people seeking empowerment. So please spread the word about our podcast and about our newsletter. Thank you for being a part of our podcast community. I look forward to continuing our conversation, sharing stories, and exploring wellness in all of its aspects. Take care until our next episode. You can also work with me one-on-one or on demand through one of my programs by visiting wellnessinEverySeason.com/programs. One last thing to cover the show legally, I am a certified life coach giving general advice. So think of this more as a self-help book. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed therapist, so this podcast shouldn't be taken as a replacement for professional guidance from a doctor or therapist. If you want personal one-on-one coaching from a certified life and parenting coach, go to my website, wellnessinEverySeason.com. That's where you can get personalized coaching from me for you. See you in next week's episode.